If you are a Taurus, then this fragrance is basically made for you. What's good, guys? Hunter here, and welcome back to Fragrance Hunter. Hope you're all doing good. Today we are reviewing a new fragrance from the house of French Avenue, which I know this brand is taking off, getting so much hype. Of course, the first fragrance that comes to my mind is Liquid Brune, which is a fantastic interpretation on Parfums de Marly's Allure. Love that one. But today we're diving into the Genesis collection, which is new. It pretty much came out with all zodiac signs. Of course, we're talking about Taurus the Bull today. So if you're a Taurus, this is pretty much gonna be like your signature scent. So let me know down below if you guys follow zodiac signs, what is your sign, etc. Because me, your boy, you already knows the GOAT, a Capricorn all day long. It's funny though, because my girl is actually a Taurus. And man, those bulls can be a little bit feisty, if you know what I mean. But I'm gonna have to check out the GOAT because you already know it's gonna be the best one. And I wanna shout out French Avenue for sending Taurus over for review. Of course, I'll still keep it honest with you. If it's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not, and that's the drill. French Avenue, you're gonna have to hook your boy up with the GOAT Capricorn. So let's run down some information. Now, Taurus was launched in 2025 along with the entire Genesis collection. Brand new, hot off of the shelves. For the retail price on the only size I think these come in, which is the 100 ml, is gonna run you around 50 bucks, which honestly isn't that bad of a price at all. I did see a bunch of people get like that huge package of all of them, like 30 ml bottles, like very small ones. But they also do come in full size 100 ml bottles for 50 bucks, which like I said, is pretty good. And you might even be able to find these a little bit cheaper on discounters. If I do find a better price, you already know your boy will drop a tag on the video. Concentration is going to be at eau de parfum, which is good. You're probably getting around 20-25% oils as well, which is high. I swear, these Middle Eastern brands don't mess around with the eau de colognes or eau de toilettes. They go straight to EDPs or extraits. The perfumer behind this one is actually Natalie Templar, which is a master perfumer, has made a few fragrances for even Parfums de Marly. Now, like I keep saying, guys, these Middle Eastern brands are getting some of the best perfumers in the game lately. So they're not messing around when it comes to the quality, the perfumer, the packaging, anything at all, because they got a ton of money over there, of course. So even though these Middle Eastern brands aren't that expensive, they're some of the best quality fragrances now, which is crazy how things have changed, right? So with all the information out of the way, let's get the packaging and presentation you're gonna get with Taurus now. All right, take a look at this box, guys, and come on, how beautiful does this packaging look? Of course, you got Genesis right there, French Avenue. You have a window right there where your bottle is actually will be seen, which is awesome. Nothing on top of the sides. On the back, you got your information, probably a barcode and batch code to authenticate a product that's seen when it was produced. You also have these stars all around the front, and then your bottle is going to be housed in this beautiful kind of green zodiac looking cutout right there, guys. All in all, this stuff packaging is very high quality. It looks like something that should be niche, of course. Like I said, they do not mess around with the quality of their stuff. Of course, looking at this bottle as well, I think this bottle looks excellent. Of course, you got the bull right there. You got the, I think, Taurus gemstone in green right there on the cap, which is a great touch as well. On the bottom, you got your sticker with your batch code. On the back, you also have Genesis embossed in the glass with French Avenue up top. The cap is pretty heavy. Almost thought it would be light, but it's not. Nothing on top of the atomizer, and it does hold in by friction very securely, guys. Just take a look. How beautiful is that? In the top, you got clover, ginger, and bergamot. In the mid, you got amarice, cashmere wood, freesia, and in the base, you got that musk and amber. And this will be classified as a floral fresh. And that note breakdown, guys, does look pretty interesting, right? So let's spray this and test out these atomizers. Pretty good distribution, even though it's not pressurized. It actually does shoot out fairly good amount of juice. So let's go ahead and remind myself of Taurus, and of course, I'll let you guys do the first sniff. Now, this opening really did surprise me, guys, because I'll be honest with you, it did not blow me away. I was kind of disappointed in the way this one opened up, even though I'm a big fan of ginger. Now, in the opening, you're gonna get this very fresh, kind of green floral clover note, which clover, you don't really see that often in fragrances like at all. And it kind of gives off this very bitter, kind of clean, kind of weird feel to the opening. I'm not the biggest fan of the clover opening like at all, guys. Thank goodness I'm not a Taurus, if you know what I mean. And along with that kind of green, fresh, floral clover, you also do get this zesty, slightly spicy ginger note with a sparkling kind of bright bergamot alongside that. So the opening is gonna be very green across the board with the clover, ginger, and of course the bergamot. And honestly, it doesn't really mix that well to me. It's kind of sharp. And I also seen somebody compare this to like Tiger. Man, I don't know who says that or who even put that there, but throw that crap out of the window. This has nothing to do with Tiger at all. Tiger is one of my signature scents, and that's just like furthest from the truth, guys. I also see this one get compared to like Bleecker Street, which honestly I'm not sure. I haven't smelled Bleecker Street in a few years, so I couldn't tell you that. But yeah, the opening, guys, is a little bit off-putting to me, which is unfortunate. And I'm a huge fan of French Avenue. Of course, not all of them can be bangers. But hey, if you love kind of fresh, floral, spicy, kind of bright fragrance openings, you might enjoy this one, especially if you're a Taurus. Why not, right? But hey, it's not all bad. This one does open up a little bit off-putting to my nose, but it does dry down to be much better, believe me. Because as you start making your way into the mid, you have that emeris note, which I'm not even sure what emeris is. I don't know if it's a resin, if it's a floral, but it's very fresh and also kind of green in and of itself. But you also do have that fresh floral freesia. So this is going to be like a floral fragrance from the top, mid, and somewhat into the base as well. So you're gonna have to love florals if you're gonna enjoy this one. And for me, I'm kind of picky when it comes to my florals, guys. I only like a few certain types of florals, and that's pretty much it. Which is, of course, like aromatic florals like lavender, some sage. I do like a good rose, some jasmine when it comes to white floral. But clover and freesia, I don't really mess with. Now, as you make your way into the base, finally, you're gonna be left with this very musky, ambery base. And I gotta say, the base does save this fragrance, even though it does take a few hours to finally get into. However, though, when I was wearing this one, I actually wore this one, I believe, yesterday, kind of testing it, getting a full experience from it. I was stuck with the opening and mid for quite some time, which I wasn't a fan of, but finally in the base, I was like, wow, okay, this fragrance turned a lot better, which I was like, about time. And my girl, being a Taurus, kind of had the same reaction to it as well. I did spray this one on her, let her test it, of course. Like, hey, you might have found your new signature scent with this. She kind of liked it, but wasn't like a huge fan of it. It didn't blow her away. But hey, that's just my taste. Of course, when it comes to the fragrances, it's very subjective. You might like the floral vibes going on in Taurus. Just for me, wasn't a huge fan of it. It's crazy too, because when I got this in, I looked up the Capricorn one, since of course I'm a Capricorn and the goat, and that one sounds far more up my alley, like smoky, resinous, and amber. So I'm gonna have to get my nose on that one, because that one actually might be my new signature. So Tauruses, I'm kind of sad that you gotta be stuck with this one. For the best seasons to rock this, if you do pick up a bottle, of course, is probably primarily gonna be the spring and summertime, because it's overly floral, overly bright, and zesty. I wouldn't really wanna wear this one in the fall and winter, unless you are wearing it as a signature scent, then you could. But still does suit a more warmer climate at the end of the day in like spring and summer. It's not that potent or anything like that where it would like push through a very cold kind of snowy day, which happens a lot here. And for occasion, it's very versatile when it comes to that, both dressed down casual and a little bit more dressed up formal, guys. It does give off a very kind of elegant formal vibe because of how floral it is. It smells sophisticated and elegant. There's no denying that. So you can wear this one dressed down and dressed up if you're just running errands, going to a job like an office, going on a date in the morning and evening time, going to a wedding where you want to wear like a dress or a formal kind of suit. Taurus is versatile when it comes to occasions, guys. You don't have to question it. Spray this one on and you're going to be good. And that's also a plus for very kind of floral style fragrances. They usually do lean more on the elegant side of things. So you do need some florals in your life. And for gender, this one, guys, is classified as unisex, of course, across the board with the entire Genesis line. However, though, Taurus does lean feminine to my nose, and that's probably why I'm not a big fan of it. I would probably much prefer smelling this on a lady rather than myself because of the clover, the freesia going on in here, cashmere as well. And even when I sprayed my girl with it on her skin, it smelled a little bit better than on mine, just because it kind of suits her far better. Even though it is still unisex, it's unisex, leaning feminine at the end of the day. So if you're a guy watching this, you love these notes, these sound good to you, check it out. But definitely for the ladies as well, and definitely for the feisty bull Taurus women out there. So for age groups, I'm going to classify this one as versatile as well, both youthful and mature. At the end of the day, all ages are able to enjoy Taurus. It does have that kind of mature side of things, being very floral, but also could be youthful as well, because like the ginger, the bergamot, the cashmere, the amber, etc. So age groups is not a factor when it comes to this fragrance. So all Tauruses are able to rock it. So wrapping the review off, talking on the performance you're going to expect to get from this one. So I've tested it both on me, on a girl, couple times now, finally reviewing it, and on my skin, guys, I got around 8 hours of longevity, which is respectable for being an EDP. No complaints when it comes to that. And when it comes to the projection as well, guys, this is a loud projecting fragrance for the first few hours, and I think it's because of how sharp and piercing the opening is. This screams off of the skin, which can be both a good thing and a bad thing depending on how you feel about this one. Yeah, they really amped up on that floral opening, guys, and made it so strong, so piercing, and very loud. And the ginger probably has something to do with it, kind of giving it this uplifting zestiness, kind of to push it off the skin fairly nice. So down the board, 8 hours of longevity with pretty loud projection is what you're gonna get from a Taurus. And when you kind of go about your day, the scent sillage it leaves behind you when you're moving around is kind of good. You get this kind of spicy, floral, musky scent trail. It's a shame though, because the base is the best part, and by the time you get to the base, it is a little bit closer to the skin from the musky amber. But still, hey, no complaints with these Middle Eastern brands, guys. The projection, the performance is always very good with them most of the time. But that's gonna do it for my review of a Genesis Taurus. Let me know down below what zodiac sign you are. If you tried any of them from this line, they came out with pretty much 12 at the same time, which is a lot of fragrances. And hopefully I'm able to get my nose on Capricorn sometime soon, because like I said earlier, guys, that one sounds far more up my alley. And we can discuss down below what the best zodiac sign is, guys, but you already know it's the GOAT, Capricorn. So besides that, leave a like on the video, subscribe below if you haven't already, because what are you doing? I got you with daily fragrance content. I'll see all of you back here tomorrow. Take care, everybody.